Hello, this is Yaakov Kronenberg from Jerusalem, and tonight another class on Taurus ascendant, Venus in the different signs. Tonight we'll do Venus in Leo, and it's a very interesting combination, a nice combination. Actually, it's a quite nice combination. Even though Venus will square the ascendant, we're going to talk about that in a minute, what it means if Venus squares the ascendant here. And Venus in Leo is going to make a person very connected to the home, right? If you look at because the fourth house is the house of the home, and so it's an excellent combination for, say, a mother. Right, for a mother who takes care of her children. You know, there's women who that's their really what they want to do is they want to, be at home and take care of the children. Not every woman has to go out and work to prove themselves. I mean, if it's if they have good mazel, and that's what they really want to do, then they should go out and work. But not every. There's still women today that want to be in the home. And so, especially women with the Taurus rising, with Venus in the fourth, is going to be a strong inclination towards the home life, right? Because the ruling planet is in the home. You'll see other women say the Venus of Taurus rising with Venus in Scorpio, so then it'll be in the 10th house. No, excuse me, with Aquarius in the 10th house, Venus in Aquarius, then there'll be workaholics. I had a father like that. He was, we'll talk about a little about him when we get up to Taurus with Venus in Aquarius. But when you have that combination, it makes you a workaholic. You have your ruling planet in the 10th house in Aquarius, which is an unusual planet. And we'll talk about it. But tonight, when you have the ruling planet in the fourth, so you really want to express yourself through the Taurian wants to, find financial security through their home. They want to have a home. That's the most important thing to in this combination, is that they want to express themselves through their home and their family. And I have a chart here in my collection, and it's a very interesting chart. It's Taurus rising, and the chart again is a little bit distorted. We have to. I don't know if I've explained in different places what the idea of distortion is. In other words, I'll explain it again here very quickly. In other words, if your ascendant is Earth, for example, Taurus, then the 5th and 9th houses in Adam Rishon's chart are also going to be Earth. The 5th house will be Virgo, and the 9th house will be Capricorn, the other two air houses, and all three will be trying to each other. But sometimes, instead of having, let's say, Virgo on the 5th house cusp, because of the place you're born on the globe, there could be some kind of distortion. And instead of Virgo there, it'll be the sign before that, Leo, on the 5th house cusp. So you'll get a person who has Taurus rising, with Leo on the 5th house cusp. And that brings you to, instead of the natural trine, where there's an easy flow between the 1st and 5th house affairs. When you have a trine is Jupiterian by nature. And it makes things flow very easily, romantic-wise, children-wise. Everything comes at its proper time, because there's a natural good flow between the connection between them. When you have two planets, though, that are two signs that are 90 degrees apart, say here we have the distortion. You have Taurus on the ascendant and Leo on the 5th house cusp. So then you'll have 90 degrees between them, which is a square. So there's always going to be a struggle. The person's going to rush, the person who has a 5th house combination like this, they're going to rush to fulfill their 5th house affairs. These are the charts of like men and boys and girls that tend to, get into they get into, relationships very early in life, or they get married and start to have children very early in life, because there's this push towards fifth house affairs, because now they're going to be square to each other. Right? So if you have a square between 1 and 5, there's going to be a rush to fulfill it. If you have, say, instead of Virgo, you would have Libra, then there's no connection. Well, there is some kind of connection because they're both in Venusian signs, but there'd be more of a disconjunct between the 1 and 5. And so there'll be maybe a delay in starting relationships. But in any case, I have a chart here, a very interesting chart, where it's a woman's chart. Well, you have to know, first of all, Venus in Leo is very concerned with how they look, right? Venus is the planet of appearance, love. They like to dress nice. They like fine clothing, fine homes, fine everything. And their appearance is tremendously important in Leo, because Leo wants to be the center of attention. And when you have Leo with Venus, so their center of attention is based on their physical appearance, especially women. It's a difficult combination, say, for a religious woman, because she wants it's hard to be very modest. There's going to be a desire to show off. The Venus in Leo, very, very concerned with appearance and things like that. If you put, say, I have a chart here where the woman is Taurus rising with Venus in the 4th, conjunct the Sun in Leo, which rules the 5th house, right? Because Leo is on the 5th house cusp here, distorted chart, and Venus and Leo are in the Sun and Venus, are in the 4th house. So in this case, on one hand, it makes a person very narcissistic, right? When you have the Venus conjunct Leo, they're tremendously self-centered and consider they're very narcissistic. They have something like that they really, they're very, very concerned with themselves. And so a person who has this, or is this chart, so you have Leo on the 5th house cusp by the Sun, and the Sun is connected with Venus. So this woman, she got married very early, right? She got married at 19, and because she has Mars also part of the conjunction. Venus, Mars, and the Sun together, with the Sun in the middle, and Venus on one side and Mars on the other. And so Mars and Venus, again, it gives a strong sexual drive. Whenever the Mars and Venus are together, it increases Mars stimulates the Venus. And it's going to increase the sexual drive. And so she got married very early because of the square and because of the Mars-Venus conjunction. And then she managed to have, in 5 years, 5 children, one right after the other. There's a child, 5 years old, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Unbelievable, but true. Right? And because you see it very, very clearly in the chart. I thank everybody for listening tonight, and I hope they enjoyed the class.